Type in the chat if this is you. How many of you have tried learning new skills? Like for example, you learned funnel design. Nagpractice ka, you invested time, like so much time into it because you're just starting out, right? And when it was time to pitch to the client, wala na, nag-ghost na. Can you type ghost in the chat? Sino yung mga nag-ghost na experience na bigla na lang nawala yung prospect natin? Yes? And ghost in the chat. I think that's very common lalo na sa freelance industry, right? And how many of you also experience na nag-reply naman sila pero ang sabi nila, I'll think about it. Tapos, never ka na nilang kinausap ulit. Goodbye na pala yun. How many of you experience that? Can you type bye in the comments? Bye in the comments. Thank you. So I'm Coach Darla, and welcome to our live for tonight. This is another Tuesday Tips. I'm the founder of the Funnels Mastery Academy and the Funnels Mastery Community, where you guys are watching right now. And in the next 30 to 45 minutes, I will be sharing with you the one thing about offers that no one tells you when you are starting freelancing. But before that, I'd love to thank you for watching this live, for taking the time to attend our session today. And I assure you that this is going to be worth your time because you're going to learn a lot. How many of you are excited to learn a lot tonight? Can you type excited in the chat? Excited in the chat. I love that. Thank you. So keep on engaging with me because the more that you engage, the more that I see you. And the more that I see you, the more that I get to share my knowledge with you. Can we guys agree to be active and to really engage during our session tonight? Yes? Can you type excited in the chat? All right, good. Okay, so before we actually get started with the topic tonight, I just wanted to get to know you a little bit better. Is that okay? So, can you drop your offers in the chat? Like, what do you guys sell? Sige nga, can you drop it in the chat? I'm gonna wait for some comments so I know who I'm talking to tonight. Let me see in the chat. Let's see. Any offers, like, kayong bahala. Ano yung sa tingin yung ino-offer ninyo? Can you guys drop in the comments? What do you guys offer? Ayan. I can already see some of you here. Let me see. Sige, drop your offers in the chat so that we know, and I could also help you with that. Digital products, si Jello. Okay, digital products. How many of you are also doing digital products? Sino pa? Si Jessica naman, I help online life coaches generate consistent high-ticket clients and increase discovery called bookings through their coaching funnels. I love that. Si Jonathan naman, funnel strategy and building for Filipino sneaker resellers. Si Ariana is GIS trainers and course creators who struggle to fill their online classes to consistently generate qualified student leads using DFY lead generation funnels. Si Mayresh funnel for salon owners. Sino pa? Copywriting si Ryan. SJ, interior design services, booking funnel, digital products. Thank you so much for sharing all of your offers with us tonight. So, the reason why I wanted to share to really do this session with you guys is because I experienced all of the things that I just asked you. So when I started freelancing way back 2020, and I was learning all of the skills that I see online. I saw a friend getting clients as a social media manager. So guess what I did? I also learned social media management. And then I saw another friend. And this friend was charging $1,000 per month as a copywriter. And as a beginner, I asked myself, feeling ko kaya ko yan. So I learned copywriting and I charged $1,000 as well. And At that time, it didn't happen. That's why when I saw another friend charging $2,500, my eyes were like, oh my gosh, I want that. And that friend was building a funnel that only takes her 6 hours to build. So, guess what I did? I learned funnel building. And if you ask me if I have this course and that course, I'm going to be honest with you, I might have it. Course hoarders, kumbaga, how many of you can relate to that? Can you type course hoarder in the chat? There's nothing to be ashamed of. But tonight, I will be giving you clarity on why that is happening. Okay? We keep on adding new skills and switching between different skills because that's what they were saying, right? And that is why tonight I will be sharing with you the things that I wish I knew when I was starting out in freelancing, specifically when you are creating your offers. Now, how many of you agree and believe in this? Pag magaling ka na, dadami na yung clients mo. Can you type in the chat? How many of you believe in this? Haha, lumalabas na. Yes. Do you guys believe in this? Yes. Yes, it's true, right? Pag magaling ka na, dadami na yung clients. Can you type a yes or a no in the comments? Kasi pag sinabihan tayo, di ba? Let us learn a lot of skills. Then you do your portfolio and then you post and then you create a post. And then, antayin mo lang. And then, you just keep on doing it. Keep on adding new skills, adding new knowledge, right? Yan, me. I love that. And when the time comes that we wanted to have clients already, but we still don't, we think that we are the problem. We think that the skill was the problem. Like, baka kasi mali yung skill ko. Baka kasi hindi ako magaling. Baka kasi hindi pa panahon. Lahat na, nasisi na natin. But, let me tell you tonight that everything about that was just a lie. Can you type in the chat? It was a lie. Because even if you design the best funnels out there, even if you write better than 99% of the copywriters worldwide, and even if you give the best coaching program out there, it is still possible for you not to make money. And I couldn't figure it out at first because I thought this was the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe my skill is the problem. Maybe my audience is the problem. Maybe walang pera yung market ko. And nasisi ko na ata halos lahat until I learned this one thing. How many of you want to learn that one thing? Can you type one thing in the comments? One thing in the comments. And this is the thing that changed how I did my offers. This is what I learned that I applied when we were creating FMA, when we were creating 3-day funnel challenge, when we were creating ano pa ba, SYFFC. I know maraming hindi nakaabot ng SYFFC, but this is exactly what we were doing. And I'm going to share it to you tonight. Are you guys excited to learn that? Can you type learn in the chat? Nga, can you see? One thing, I love that. Thank you. All right. And tonight, before we dive into that, I just wanted to ask you guys, what is a skill? Can you drop in the chat? What do you think is a skill? Sige nga, what is a skill? I'm gonna wait for your comments. A skill is what? What is a skill? Okay, medyo may delay lang, but I'm going to wait for your comments. So I get to para makita ko yung mga inputs ninyo. Hey, what is a skill for you? Can you drop in the chat? Can you give me a skill? Okay, talent, yes. Expertise, what else? Learning, mercy, the thing that you're good at. Power, right? Now, I have a question for you. With all of the skills that you mentioned, is that the same with an offer? Can you drop a yes or a no in the chat? Is that the same? Is that same with the offer? When I ask you this at the beginning of the session, what is your offer? When you drop your skill, is that your offer already? Can you drop a yes or a no in the chat? So I'm seeing a couple of yeses and I'm seeing a bit of no's. Yes. So you're right. It is not the same. Because when we talk about a skill, ang skill is yung natututo ka, yung pinag-aralan mo. This is what is in your brain. This is what you know how to do. So when we talk about skills, halimbawa, natuto kang mag-build ng funnels. So alam mo yung system.io, alam mo let's say yung GHL, alam mo yung landing pages, alam mo yung email sequences. That is your skill. You know how to do those things. But ang skill alone ay hindi nagbabayad ng bills natin, okay? That is why even if you have the best skill in the world, maraming tao ang gagaling talaga. But that does not make you unique. That does not really bring you a lot of money. Can you drop your skills in the chat? Yung mga nandito, any skill. Ano yung mga skills na meron kayo? So those are the things that you know how to do. Okay? It could be building in system.io. It could be like coaching, coaching teenagers. It could be like teaching or yung singing, di ba? Singing, that is also a skill. Now, that the skill is clear. Okay? If this is clear, can you type skill in the comments? That is a skill. The thing that you know how to do. Now, we have another term that we use in freelancing, and that is the service. Now, what do you think about a service? Ano yung service para sa inyo? Can you drop in the chat? Or if you have a service, can you drop it in the chat? What is your service? I can see funnel design. I can see funnel building. SMM. Yes, yan yung mga service, diba? Copywriting. Now, I have the same question. Is it the same with your offer? Is it the same with your offer? Yes or a no? Drop in the chat. Yes or a no? That's right. It's still not the same. Why? Because the service is how you package that skill. So from the skill that you have, you package that and turn that into a service. So this is what you do sa skill mo so that it becomes a product. Let's say, pinagsama-sama mo or meron kang system, nilagyan mo siya ng pangalan, and then you promoted it out there. So you might also say, like, one of the services that you have is you do funnel design, you build funnels, you offer marketing services. That is your service. Now, is this near or a bit similar to an offer? Yes, right? It's a bit similar to an offer. Pero hindi pa rin yung hinahanap natin. Because when we talk about a service, it is still about you. It is still about what you can do. It is not talking about what the client can get from you. So pag sinasabi mo na I offer funnel design services, ang naririnig ng client ay, okay, I have another funnel designer na kausap. And then what do they do next? What do they do next? When they see or when they heard that you are a funnel designer, they actually compare you to other funnel designers. And they look for the cheapest one. Because at that point, you already become a commodity. Okay, pare-parehas lang kayo. Wala kayong pinagkaiba kung hindi ang presyo mo. And if there is no difference in the service, because napakaraming service providers, and if there is no difference, the price will always be the basis for decision. And that is why we keep on hearing, next time na lang, I'm gonna think about it. Maybe this is not the right time for us. I'm gonna ask my wife. I'm gonna ask whatever. Lahat na ng mga objections. It's because they're still looking at the price. Now, tonight, I will be sharing with you how you can also solve that as well. Now, given this, na okay coach, hindi siya same ng skill, hindi rin siya same ng service. So ano ba talaga ang offer? How many of you are asking that? Can you type offer in the comments? How many of you are curious about what is really an offer? And how can you create an offer? Yes, offer. Thank you. So basically, an offer is the combination of your skill, the service, and the context of your client. So basically, ito yung skill mo plus yung service mo plus yung about kay client. So this already takes into consideration or talagang about na to, nakapalibot na to sa kung ano yung mga nangyayari kay client and what the client needs from us. So if you create an offer, it is no longer I do funnel design. And I think I saw one kanina na as in may offer statement na siya. It could be, I help new coaches who are just starting out launch their first lead funnel in 7 days so they can start growing their email list and book discovery calls even if they are not tech savvy. So it's very specific, very clear, and alam ko na agad kung sino yung market ko. Coaches who are just starting out, and they will get it in 7 days. Para magkaroon sila ng email list at magkaroon sila ng book discovery calls kahit na wala silang kaalam-alam sa tech. If you could see, it is the same skill. We did not change anything, but we changed the positioning. That is by creating an offer. So, if we are going to describe what an offer is why someone should pay you for a specific result right now. Okay? Why should they pay you for a specific result right now? So let's say, ang skill is the ability na one of the skills, halimbawa, magaling ka magluto, no? Magaling ka magluto ng adobo. So it's perfect, masarap. Now, if we turn it into a service, then maybe we could open a restaurant, right? And we say na in that restaurant, we serve Filipino food. Now, the offer, if we are going to make an offer, take the context of the client and put it in the offer. It could be like every Friday, we create or we make home-style Pinoy comfort food that is ready in 20 minutes, delivered straight to your door, para hindi ka na mag-isip at mag-alala kung anong ulam mo. Pagpagod ka na galing sa work. So it's very specific. And alam ko na agad na pag nakita to ng mga pagod na sa trabaho, they will immediately buy. Because I am not like any other food deliveries. Kahit na pares naman kami ng binibenta. It is all in the positioning. So do you want to dive deeper into this? Can you type dive in the comments? Dive in the comments if you want to go deeper into this. Let me see. Ayan, I can see dive. Thank you, everyone. All right, so let me also give you a couple of examples. Okay, so if we put this together, this is the skill, this is the service, and this is the offer. Okay, this is the simplest concept of all. Okay, so if we put this into a dress business, okay, halimbawa, magaling kang manahe. Now, what is the skill? What is the skill there? That's right. Yung skill is, alam mong manahin ng damit. You know how to create yung mga dresses. Now, if we turn that into a service, okay, let us package that skill. So let's say if we're going to package that, we're going to open a boutique, okay? And then we say there na we make dresses. But the thing about that is ang daming gumagawa rin yan. Now, if we turn that into an offer, we could say na we create custom wedding dress for brides who want to look expensive on a budget, ready in 30 days, and guaranteed to fit perfectly on your big day. So it's just a one liner. It is very simple, it is very specific, and I know exactly who to go to whenever I see someone who's looking for a wedding dress supplier, right? Because even if we provide the same dress, even if we do the same wedding dresses, it's just the positioning that changed here. And it is because you created an offer. Okay? So let me give you another example for this. Let's say a doctor, okay? Let's say a doctor. So the skill of a doctor is, of course, nag-aral sila maging doctor. So they know the anatomy, they know medicines, and all of those stuff, right? Now, if we turn that into a service, of course, we're going to open a clinic or a hospital, right? And we say that we are a doctor or I'm a doctor and I treat patients. But the problem with that is, pare-parehas lang din naman, di ba? Ang dami namang ospital, ang dami ding clinics. But if we, or if a doctor, okay, let's just say, we make an offer. So it could be like, let's say for the heart, okay, mga cardiologists. So you could, maybe they could say like, I'm a cardiologist specializing in early heart disease detection for men over 40, so you can catch the problem before it becomes, let's say, a crisis, a health crisis. So it is very specific. So if I see that and I have my dad with me, I will tell my dad, Dad, let's go here. Kasi ito naka-specialize to sa'yo. And when his friends ask us about, uy, pre, sinong ano nyo, sinong doktor nyo, I would immediately refer to this doctor because I know that this doctor specializes on this. So sino sa tingin nyo yung mas madaling hanapin? Mas madaling i-refer? Mas madaling pagkatiwalaan? The general or the specialist? I think you know the answer, right? Specialist. And that is the difference of having a service, of a skill and an offer. Okay? Ang offer, merong specialty, merong specific person, and meron ding urgency, right? So it's very, very, very simple. Okay? Just last one for this. Halimbawa, okay? When we talk about a coffee, okay? Let's say, we have a coffee, right? Alam ko marami diyang mga mahilig sa coffee. So the skill is, you know how to create good coffee. Like masarap na kape, araw-araw. Now, if we turn that into a service, diba? Uy, magaling akong magkape eh. So sige, magnegosyo tayo. Let's turn it into a service. Okay? Let's open a coffee shop. Okay? And when we open the coffee shop, katulad ng Starbucks, diba? Ang dami ng coffee shop ngayon. But if we create an offer, let's say here in the office, I could create an offer that says na every single morning, yung freshly brewed na, ano ba masarap na beans? Benguet beans. Ready in like 5 minutes, delivered to your office so that you won't be late to your 8 a.m. meeting because of the long line sa Starbucks. So this is very specific for me because that's what I'm worried about. Na magbi-meeting na ako, tuloy-tuloy na yung buong araw ko, wala na. Wala na akong magagawa pa. But because this coffee shop who just started out has this line or has this offer na they deliver the coffee in my office, then I would definitely be buying from them. So it is still the same coffee. Wala namang different. But now it is very specific. And at the end, they are not just selling the coffee. What they are selling to me is the peace of mind that I would have my coffee even if I'm running late. That is a difference of an offer. And that is why I don't compare it with anything else in the market. Because it is already different. It's not like coffee ng Starbucks. It's not like CBTL. It's a whole new different thing already. How many of you are getting this so far? Can you type gets in the chat? Gets in the chat. Good. Thank you. Now, if you put this into funnel building, you could say skill. Alam kong mag-build ng funnel sa system.io. That is your skill. You know how to set up landing pages. You know how to do thank you pages. You know how to set up email sequences. You practiced. You learned the skill. And actually, ginawa mo pa ng libre sa friends mo para may pang-portfolio ka. That is your skill. That is great. But that skill alone, again, cannot pay us money. So, we push you. Make it a service. You post it online and you actually present it to prospects. So nag-post ka, sinabi mo sa Facebook, Instagram, and then you say, "Hi, I offer funnel design services. I build landing pages, and of course, ako naman lead funnels. You can message me if you need my help." Now that's a service. But the problem with that is that 10 other funnel designers right now are also posting the same thing. Word per word. Halos pareho lang. So ano mangyayari? Again, we become a letter C. We become a commodity. Iko-compare na naman tayo ng client natin sa iba. Tatanungin kanila kung magkano, and then pupunta sila sa kabila kung mas mura yung offer ng kabila. Because there is no difference. The price is the only differentiator that you have. Now, if you create an offer, it's very specific. If you are a new coach who has been putting off launching, kasi new nga so kinakabahan sila because you don't know where to start technically. I can build your complete lead funnel in system.io in just 7 days. With the landing page, thank you page, and email sequence, so you can start growing your list and book discovery calls this month, even if you don't have any technical experience on this at all. It is still the same thing. But now it is specific to new coaches who are just starting out, so that they can grow the list and book discovery calls this month. So sa tingin niyo, sino mas mapapansin? The person who is saying, I build funnels, or the person who is like making it very specific? One or two? Two, right? An offer basically answers one question for the client. Ito lang. Is this for me? If your offer does not answer that, for sure, yan yung mga hindi na magre-reply. How many of you have aha moments so far? Can you type aha in the chat? Aha in the comments. Aha in the comments. Let me see. And aha, thank you. Now, even if we know all of these things, right? Okay, coach, alam ko na. So, paano ko gagawin na ang isang offer ay may sagot sa lahat ng tanong na yon? And that is where my framework comes in. This is how to create an offer. So, let's say, bakasyon na. It's summer, right? It's summer right now. What do we love to do during summer? Can you drop in the chat? What do we love to do? We love to swim, right? We want to go to the beach. And let's say, saan ba magandang beach? Let's say we're going to Batangas, okay? So halimbawa, we have a customer who wants to go to the beach. Now, we have a car, right? This is our service. Ito na yung service natin kanina. Okay? Meron tayong service. I know how to drive a car. I can drive. Now, what's the next thing that we need to know? May car tayo. Okay? What's the next thing we need to know? If you wanna make money. Siyempre, gagawin natin siyang service, diba? So, magdadrive tayo for people. Now, what is the first thing? La Union, La Union masarap. Dapat daw La Union. Of course, we need to know ano yung mga nakalagay dito. We need to know who yung isasakay natin. Tama ba? So let's say we're going to have Pedro. Okay? Now, kung nandito na si Pedro, halimbawa, nakita natin si Pedro, what's the next thing that we need to know? Si Pedro kasi nandito na sa loob eh. But, we need to know kung saan ba talaga natin pipick upin si Pedro, right? Where is the current location ni Pedro? Nasaan ba siya? What is the problem? Diba? We think dahil ba wala siyang sasakyan or dahil ba na-traffic siya or dahil ba busy yung family niya o dahil ba hindi sila kasya sa kotse. There's gonna be a lot of reasons, right? Why people are riding yung mga Grab and Drive, right? Now, if we already know where Pedro was and we picked him up, now, what is the next thing that we wanted to know? We want to know where. What? We need to know, tama, where he wants to go. Saan sa Batangas or saan sa La Union exactly? Saang part? Sa may hotel ba? And it has to be very specific. Anong mga landmark? Again, we want to know where he wanted to go. Now, again, parehas lang to. Maraming sasakyan ang kayang magdala kay Pedro sa Batangas, right? Now, on top of that, aside from knowing how to bring Pedro from his home to our beach in Batangas, we also need to think about saan tayo dadaan. Anong oras tayo darating? Magtutol ba tayo? O dito lang tayo sa EDSA dadaan? Now, it is your job when you create an offer. It is your job to know the best way, yung ruta, and the fastest way to get there. And that's exactly what your offer does. So whenever you're creating an offer, think about this. Think about when, para kang nagbubook sa InDrive. You know exactly where you are, you know where you're going, you know how long it will take to get there, you know kung saan dadaan, you know the step-by-step process, you know who's driving you, and those things has to be in your offer as well. Now, let me break it down for you. Sa isang offer, we have this thing called power. Okay, can you type power in the chat? Every strong offer has power. And this is the 5 elements na bumubuo ng isang very clear, very strong, and converting offer. And while we are going through each of the letters, I want you to check in with yourself. Meron ba ako nito sa offer ko ngayon o merong kulang? And if you are missing one of these things, maybe that is the reason bakit hindi masyado nagko-convert yung offer mo. So let's go to the first one. Okay? Letter P. P is person. Who it is for. Sino exactly ang para sa offer mo? Sino exactly yung tinatawagan ng offer mo? This is the most common mistake ng mga new freelancers, right? Sobrang laki ng audience na gusto nating ma-reach. We want to serve all of those who have businesses. We wanted to serve all of the coaches. We wanted to serve all course creators or all consultants. Or even if we're consultants, how many of you are consultants here or coaches? Diba? We wanted to serve everyone. Na para bang para sa lahat, pero parang para sa wala. Ganun din because if you're serving everyone, you're serving no one, right? If you think about presenting your offer, it has to be like, they have to feel na, uy, para sa akin to. It shouldn't be like, uy, baka pwede to sa akin. Malaki yung difference ng dalawang yun. Because they have to feel it or they have to know that it is for them at the very beginning. And not to second guess if para ba talaga sa kanila yung offer. Okay, so let's say, one of the things na I always see is para sa mga coach and business owners. Diba? Even though that is specific, you already have a market for that. But if you want to make it stronger, you can maybe market or maybe you could serve coaches who are launching their second offer. Or you could, if you wanted to serve the new market, you could serve mga coaches na naglo-launch ng first offer nila and they don't have an email list yet. So, anong offer mo doon? Diba? Anong funnel? Lead funnel lang yun. Napakasimple lang nun, right? Again, here, pag mas specific ang person, mas malakas yung offer ninyo. Okay? Now, is this clear? Can you type person in the comments? Good. Thank you. Now, the next one is we have letter O. After you have specified who you're talking to, now talk about the outcome. What is the specific result that they wanted to get? Now, ang letter O is the promised result. The outcome is the promised result. Ano yung pinapangako mo sa kanila? And when I say outcome, we don't talk about deliverable, okay? Malaking pagkakaiba ng dalawang yon. Ang deliverable is yung bagay na ibinibigay mo. That is the funnel, that is the landing page, that is the email sequence. The outcome is different. Ano na yung buhay nila pagkatapos nilang matanggap yung deliverable mo? Okay? Ano yung nagbago? Ano yung nangyari dahil sa ginawa mo? It is not, I will build you a funnel, but it would be more of, you will have a lead funnel in 7 days na magko-collect ng emails para sa'yo para makabuka ng discovery calls this month. It is very specific. You have to specify what the outcome would be for your client. Now, if this is clear, can you type outcome in the comments? Okay? So I hope you guys are checking in with your current offer. Thank you. Now we have the next one. W. And that stands for wound. Okay? What is the problem or the pain point? Nasaan sila? And what happened? Okay? Kanina, if you notice, when we talk about the GPS, it's not about kung nasaan lang si client, 'di ba? I also thought about bakit kaya siya nagpapa-pick up dun? Hindi ba sila kasya? Wala ba silang car or maliit yung car nila or busy yung husband niya, 'di ba? There could be a lot of reasons. But when you think about the wound, this is the emotional part of your offer. The wound, 'di ba? Pag wound, 'di ba, masakit. It's not just the pain. Okay? Kaya hindi natin ginamit yung pain lang because pain is still the emotion, of course, but we wanted to dive deeper into the wound. What is causing the pain? That is the wound. Okay? So ano yung malalim? Ano yung nagpapapuyat sa kanila? Yung naiisip nila ng 3 a.m. You have to identify that because once you know the wound, they easily trust you because they know na gets mo sila. Okay? So, you have to be very specific with the wound. What is really happening behind that screen? For new coaches, it could be like they feel like it's not working out. Maybe it's not meant for them. Diba? Wala namang pumapansin sa kanila. Or maybe the world doesn't care about what they are selling. Maybe that's their wound. But they don't tell it out loud because shame. Now, it is your responsibility to point that out so that they can trust you right away. Now, how many of you have letter W or the wound in your offers? Can you type wound in the chat? Thank you. Now, we go to the next one. After everything, like we identified the person, the outcome, the wound, and now we go to the edge. Okay? Ito na yung kailangan na meron kayo sa offer nyo. Okay? So when we say edge, 'di ba? Anong edge mo? Bakit ikaw? Bakit hindi yung iba? Let's say if we are comparing Grab and InDrive, this one brings us to this destination in 1 hour, and the other one gets us to our destination in 45 minutes. Which one are you going to choose? Is it 1 or 2? But always the faster one. Lagi yan. So here, when you are creating your offer, you have to think about what is your edge. What is the reason why your offer is better? Ano yung ruta mo? Let's say, when we go into the car, diba, ano yung route na kukunin mo? Ano yung paraan mo? Ano yung process mo? Is it mas mabilis, mas madali, mas mababa ang risk? What? It could be like one of the edge, yung mga edge na pwedeng magkaroon, guys, mas mabilis ka. You can do it in 7 days instead of 30. Maybe you could be more hands-on kasi nandiyan ka buong process. It could be may ready-made templates ka na. Diba? So, you have to think about your mechanism. How do you deliver this? And you have to tell that in your offer as well. Okay? So how many of you have this in your offer? Or are you going to add edge in your offer? Can you type edge in the comments? Yeah. Edge in the comments. Very important. You have to think about it. And the last one is the recipe. Recipe, ito na. This is the structure. This is the blueprint ng offer mo. This is the container or the timeline or the format. Ito yung usual na sumasagot sa tanong ni client na gaano katagal, anong kasama, and anong mangyayari. How long is it gonna be finished? What's the inclusions? Anong meron dyan? And what's gonna happen? Why are we doing this? Because our brain hates uncertainty. Diba? Kapag hindi natin alam kung ano mangyayari, we typically make a decision, yes or no? No. Right? Because there's uncertainty. Now, that is the role of the recipe. You have to be able to remove the uncertainty. You have to let them know what will happen so the uncertainty will be gone. So again, that is the power. When you are creating an offer, make sure that you have power. Okay? That your offer has power. Person, outcome, wound, edge, how you deliver, what makes you unique, and the recipe as well. Now, sa lahat ng yan, how many dyan ang meron sa current offer nyo? Isa, dalawa, or tatlo? Can you type in the chat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see. Let me see in the chat. 4. Ayan, may nakita kong isang 4. May isang 3. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And if you notice that there is something that is missing or lacking from your offer, that is exactly what we also cover in the Offer Mastery Bootcamp. So in the Offer Mastery Bootcamp, if you notice, we launched this yesterday. This is a 3-day live event from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Napaka-intensive nito. This is gonna run from May 20 to May 22. And it's gonna be via Zoom. Okay? This is the first time that we're ever gonna launch this. And here we will be sharing with you how you can apply everything that I have just shared with you today. And doon, step by step, my templates, and we will be guiding you until you create your offer. And the process will be yours. Inyo na yung process so that you can repeat it over and over again for the rest of your life. So if you want to make money, if you want to sell anything, just create an offer, and that is made possible for you already because you already have the tools with you. So if you want the link to that, it is in the comments. Make sure to get in. Later, I will be sharing more about that, but just wanted to share with you that if you lack something and if you need help for that, the OMB is here for you. Now, before we go into the more specific information about OMB, I also wanted to share with you bakit nyo kakailanganin yung bootcamp, 'di ba? And I have a list here. Okay? This is the mistakes that I always see from freelancers. And these are the mistakes that we thought is okay lang. But these are the reasons na nag-hold back sa atin. Okay? So, if you feel like you're also doing this, huwag kayong mag-alala kasi ako yung unang gumawa nito. Okay, nauna ko nang gawin to sa inyo. So, we're all the same. Okay? So, let's dive in the offer mistakes beginners make, especially when we are creating an offer. So the first one is pricing based on time instead of outcome. How many of you can relate to this? Can you type one in the comments? Sino sa inyo ang natanong na o nagtanong na magkano ba ang hourly rate mo? Can you type hourly in the chat? Now, the problem with hourly pricing, thank you, thank you. Ang problem with hourly pricing is that you are just selling your time. And ang oras natin, that is the only resource in the world that has limit, right? May katapusan. Pag naubos na, let's say you have 10 hours. Now, if you already have spent the 10 hours, then it's done. But here's the thing. All of the clients, even if they are asking about hourly rate, all of them just wants one thing, and that is what? They just want results, right? So, if the if a client is asking you about your hourly rate, it is time for you to create an offer based on what you have talked about sa call. And you will also know that in OMB as well. But I just wanted to let you know that you start charging based on the outcome and not on the time, especially if it's a freelance work. Okay? So how many of you have experienced that? Ako din, nag-hourly din ako before. Okay? Kaya parang lagi ako nagtatrack ng time and everything because I wanted to make sure that I do justice, no? And I'm very being honest with my client. It's fine. It's fine. Okay? So that's the first mistake. I can see a lot of people here. Now, number 2, offering everything to everyone. Nag-offer ka ng lahat sa lahat. I do funnel design. I can also do social media management. I can do your email marketing. I can do your copywriting. I can do your graphic design. I can do website design. Lahat na yata nagawa mo na. How many of you can relate to this? Can you type 2 in the comments? 2 in the comments. Alam ko marami tayo. Yan, I can already see 2. Alam ko kung bakit natin to ginagawa. Because we are scared. We are scared that if we specialize, mawawalan tayo ng clients. Na pag sinabi natin, funnel design lang, baka hindi sapat yon. How many of you are feeling the same way? Can you type relate in the chat? Relate. Tama? And again, kapag wala kang specialty, you're just a funnel designer, you're just an SMM, you're just a consultant, you're just a freelancer. Default na isa lang ang pagbabasehan ng pagpili, and that is the price. Yung pinakamura, yun ang pipilian nila. And if you have a specialty, you attract the right market too. Okay? So don't worry, specialization doesn't take away clients. It actually attracts the right clients for you. Now, if you have experiences, can you type 2 again? Type 2 in the comments. Yes, ako din. Galing din ako dyan. And number 3 is, eto na, copying what other designers charge. And here's the thing, without even understanding their positioning. How many of you can relate to this? Can you type 3 in the comments? Ito yung medyo masakit no? Nakakita ka ng ibang funnel designer, nag-post siya, 50K per funnel, and then you told yourself, kaya ko rin yan. Ako din, 50K na din ako. But here's what you don't know about that funnel designer. That funnel designer has 2 years of portfolio, meron siyang 20 testimonials, meron na siyang warm audience, meron na siyang track record na talagang pinaghirapan niya na, but you didn't see that in the post of that person. So don't ever compare your chapter 1 to the chapter 10 of another designer because that is not fair. Hindi fair sa sarili mo, hindi rin fair sa clients mo. Now, I just wanted to be clear. It does not mean na hindi ka pwedeng mag-charge ng mataas. Pwede. But yung pricing mo, it should be supported with trust, with track record, and positioning. That's the thing. Okay? Even if you don't have experience, even if you're just starting out, walang problema. Your positioning will be the one to charge, para will be your way for you to charge sa clients mo. Okay? And If you already have an offer, you know where to focus on, and in like 2 months, sobrang dali na lang ng buhay mo kasi hindi ka na ng FOMO, you know where to focus on, and expert ka na rin agad. And last but not the least is not having an entry offer. Gusto agad natin yung mahal na offer na agad, right? But that does not really work nowadays, especially when you want a lot of clients. Okay? So, make sure that when you are serving clients or if you have a business, have different offers. Merong maliit, merong mid, merong high. Don't just have one offer. That is my mistake. Wag nyo na yun ulitin. Okay? Because clients who will come to you have different needs, and you have to make sure that you'll be equipped to serve them when the time comes. So again, nabanggit na natin ang mistakes. Alam na natin kung anong mali. Napag-usapan na natin anong dapat iwasan. Pag na-fix mo na ang offer mo, pag meron na siyang power, ano ang nagbabago? First, you stop competing on price. Because if your offer is clear din yung value na nabibigay mo. You can justify why this is your charge. Kitang-kita na ng client anong matatanggap nila. Kitang-kita na anong outcome. And second, your client refers you more easily. Kasi 'di ba, hindi na siya yung punta ka doon kay punta ka dito kay Darla, tapos tanungin mo na lang siya kasi hindi ko sure kung ano ba talagang ginagawa niya, right? It is easy for them to refer you to other clients because sasabihin lang nila na, uy, dito ka kay Darla, nagbibuild siya ng lead funnel sa mga bagong coach. 7 days lang, go na. Diba? Very easy. Walang ka-effort. Pero kung mahirap yung offer, ay, tanong mo na lang dun sis kasi hindi ko din alam eh. That's a problem. Right? And of course, your content starts converting because it's aligned to your offer. Kahit pa anong content yan, paulit-ulit, alam mo na kahit tulog ka, kaya mo gumawa ng content kasi alam mo yung offer mo. And last but not the least, but one of the most important is you feel confident showing up because you know exactly what you're selling. Hindi ka na lang nanggagaya. Alam mo na kung anong content, alam mo na kung anong sasabihin mo. Kahit pa wala kang script, kaya mo na siyang gawin because you have created an offer. And I'm telling you, this is the only way for you to stand out. Sa dami ng freelancers araw-araw, sa dami ng funnel design, sa dami ng SMM, sa dami ng service providers in general. This is your way to stand out. Because this is the thing that not a lot of people know about. This is what they don't tell you when you start doing business. Because this is the thing that you only get through experience. This is the thing that you only get when you get business mentors. And that is why, when I realized na, uy, maraming hindi alam kung paano gumawa ng offer. That is why we created the Offer Mastery Bootcamp. I have compiled everything that I knew for the past 6 years of my life. Creating offers for clients, creating offers for myself, and you've seen it. You've seen it inside FMC. You've seen how fast the community grew. You've seen how fast we sold our programs out. 2,000 students, diba? In just one night. Ang thousands ang enrollees, and it's because we know how to create an offer that sells out. This is an online bootcamp where we teach you first how to create an offer from scratch. And second, we also teach you how to make it irresistible. So hindi lang pag-create, irresistible din. Okay? May sikreto dyan. And I'm going to share it with you. And third, I will also be sharing with you how you can start selling it. So after 3 days, you will know how to create offers that your client or your customers can't say no to. So our team is going to drop the link in the comments. So if you have like questions about it, we will be here in the community. You will be seeing the post about OMB. But guys, If you're struggling with something and if you have tried everything that you see online and it's not working, it's not a you problem, it's not a market problem. It is usually an offer problem. Kaya kahit na ang pangit ng funnel minsan, 'di ba? You've seen yung mga pangit na funnels, yung napakasimple, ang lalaki ng letra, grabe yung spacing, hindi optimized, but why are they selling out? It's because they have a good offer. And that is exactly what I'm going to share with you in this bootcamp. If I'm you, wag na wag niyo tong palalampasin because this is something that you can also provide to your clients as well. Even before you build their social media or you imagine, parang kayo na yung the expertise na pwede nyong maipakita sa client nyo if you know how to do this. So let me just share with you paano nyo, ano yung, saan nyo makikita and anong meron dito. So here we have this. There you go. Ayan. So punta lang tayo dito. And this is the Funnels Mastery Bootcamp. We only have, I think, 40 slots left. Again, guys, 50 lang talaga. Hard stop kami dito because this is an intensive bootcamp. So literally, you have to apply. You have to really be present and intense to. Intense ng bootcamp na to. It's not a masterclass. It's not a workshop. It is a bootcamp. So it's an intense experience. So you can see here, build the offer your dream clients can say no to in just 3 days. And yeah, just read all of the inclusions here. And we have day 1, we're going to create your core offer. On day 2, irresistible and launch day plus showdown on day 3. And this is everything that you get inside the bootcamp. So of course, the OMB training, all of the offer creation tools, kami na magbibigay niyan sa inyo. Offer enhancement tools para every time nagagawa ka ng offer, mamimili ka na lang dyan. And launch assets. So after you create all of the offer that you have, you can already sell it on day 3. That is exactly what we're going to do. Plus all of these bonuses that you're going to get from being batch 1 of this offer. So again, it's just 6,997 for 3 intensive live bootcamp with us. We're going to be there. I'm going to be there live with you guys. And I'm telling you, you should not miss this. This is the first batch. This is the pioneer batch. And this is a skill that can serve you for life because every time you wanted to launch something, you can do so because you know how to create an offer that your clients or your audience cannot say no to because they know that they need it and you have provided everything that they need by creating that grand slam or irresistible offer. So I hope you guys could join us. Again, the link is here. You can scan the QR code. We only have 40 slots left. This is the second day of promoting this bootcamp. So make sure to enroll us early because we don't know kung hanggang kailan lang to available. Alright? So again, scan the QR code right here. And I hope to see you inside OMB, guys. But before we jump out of our live session tonight, can you guys drop in the chat what is your biggest aha moment for our session for tonight? Yes? Aha moment. Can you share it? Can you share in the comments? Sabi, super dami kong natutunan. And it's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. Okay? So I hope you apply everything that you've learned tonight. Yes? Yan. Dami na. Thank you. Okay. We have a couple of questions here. May mga nagtatanong, paano kung nagsistart pa lang ako? Can I do this? You should. This is the first program you should be in. Okay? Because sayang ang dami ko nasayang na oras, daming nasayang na panahon trying to create offers that I don't even know what I'm doing. But now it will be handed to you. You know exactly what you're going to do. And you can also measure it as well. So, guys, if you're starting out, this is the best learning that you should have. Okay? The next one, Coach, paano kung feeling ko wala pa akong enough experience para mag-charge ng maayos? No problem, because that's exactly what we're going to solve in the OMB. Okay? We are not that we are gonna put out the experience out of the equation. Okay? We have a system for that. So you just jump in, join us, and let's discover together how you can overcome that objection from your clients. Okay? So I think that's it for tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being part of the Funnels Mastery community and Funnels Mastery Academy. And I hope to see you guys in the Offer Mastery Bootcamp this May 20 to 22. Goodbye, everyone, and good night. Good night. Good night.